Before there was time, before there was space, that which is truly nameless existed. Some call it God, some source, some I am, some all that is, and many, many other names in an attempt to name that which has no name. Yet that's not the point of our story today. Today I'm going to tell you a tale of creation, a creation story, how it all began and how it all ties together. So to begin, let us imagine the nameless consciously existing as light for the purposes of this story. And if I'm going to weave a yarn, I need threads with which to weave. So let my first thread be light without purpose or goal. And for the purpose of our story, let's give this light a name. Let's call it love. Not human love with all of its conditions and expectations, but limitless love. Absolute love without judgment or form. Now, we've set the stage, so let's begin the story. The light, love, is aware of itself, consciously aware of itself, and its beginninglessness and endlessness. It is aware only that. Love is aware. In a timeless moment, love begins to express in form. It sends out rays of love-filled light, emanations of itself. This light contains everything that love is, because it's extending itself into space that it is creating as it spreads, ever unfolding into the infinite space that it is creating with each extension. The waves of light are endless and are composed of all that love is. Each aspect of these waves has an affinity to each other aspect because each is the same. Each emanation contains all that love is and is drawn to reunite with all other emanations that are also all that love is. Time is created as it begins to pass in this manifestation of love. Moving through the now created space, time now has a place because it has space in which to record its passing. And as time passes, the draw to recombine, to unite totally in love's union, begins to overtake the waves of light. They join, wind tightly together in different forms and shapes. Particles of light begin to take shape as the frequency of the light slows down to ravishingly enjoy this encounter with itself. The shapes take different forms, and within those forms the consciousness of love exists. Time is passing. Time is recording in space the happenings within the emanation of love. A record of conception is being created. Then, in a given moment in time and space, the various particles of love enraptured with each other fuse into a form that begins to identify itself as individual. This is a natural outcome of the enchanted delight of love's forms, because it gives love ever-increasing variations in which to pour its pure love. Each form takes a name, an identity as love. Eventually, these forms would be called human beings. So, now in our story, we have arrived at love's creation of human beings as aspects of love itself, characterized by a composite of its attributes. And since love comprises all, within its properties are also judgment, anger, separation, and hate. Love has been conscious of this, yet has not placed emphasis upon any of its attributes, because its formless existence found no necessity to do so. So, as the human beings, conscious love and form, begin to explore all of their individual aspects and properties, their concentration on their physical form, their flesh, and all that it feels and contains begin to be the center of each human being's attention. Time passes and passes and passes. And each human being begins to feel like he or she is the only one experiencing the passing of time, pain within the physical body, longing for union once again, in general, a deep sense of loss. As time continues to pass, each human being becomes so distracted with its physical form that it forgets what it actually is. Meanwhile, love is holding all of its manifested emanations without judgment in the eternal love that it is. So now in our story, picture it if you would, each human being standing on the earth that came to be created as its home, believing that it was, or should I say is, the only emanation of love. Because it has forgotten through time that every other person, place, and thing it sees contains all of the aspects of love as well. Yet, because time has passed, each individual has forgotten that it is love, as well as fear, hate, disappointment, expectation, and hope. Each human being has begun to believe that the only way to find peace once again is by controlling the ground upon which it is standing, the actions of those others who could not be loved like it is, and by focusing all of its attention on making sure that the form in which it is living feels good, no matter what it takes to do so. Meanwhile, love is holding all of its manifested emanations without judgment in the eternal love that it is. So now, how does all of this tie together? It is really quite simple. You are made of love, that is all. Everything that you feel is part of that love. Yet it is up to you how you are going to express yourself in each moment of passing time, as it records your thoughts, words, and actions in created space. And since love itself is extending itself as you, it is your choice how you are going to appear as that love. As we said, love is all. Love is conscious of the discomfort that comes with feeling hurt, deep emotional pain, fear of loss, insecurity. Love is holding you as its manifested emanation, without judgment, as you feel these experiences. And yet, only you can bring the circle fully around and back to the moment in which love emanated itself. Only you know what feels so enrapturing, so enthralling, that you do not ever want to leave that time and space, want to continue experiencing this union with love in its fullest, infinite, complete form. Only you can create the weaving of the threads for yourself, because you are that love in form. When you accept that you are the endless love that you call by any other name, God, Source, I am, or whatever label you've given to love, when you feel and know that you are that love in every fiber of your being, then it will tie together for you. And meanwhile, love is holding all of its manifested emanations without judgment, in the eternal love that it is, without time or space, infinitely and eternally. It is emanating, it is expressing, it is revealing itself as you.